Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks. This is going to be about joining curves or joining lines. Somebody sent me this file and they're going off one of my videos and using the intersect tool, which is pretty cool. So we're going to go right here to intersect and they're going to have that pattern. And it's 2 by 8, which is smart. So if you set your nudge factor on 2, you can just keep going forever and ever and ever. Now, when you get down here and it's 8, you can just hit it twice. Now, it's a different pattern, but kind of unique. But his question was, and this is what he sent me, when he goes and makes it like something other than a hairline, the lines aren't connected. That's actually maybe a little bit thick. Let's make it 10 points. And you can see that the lines aren't connected. Well, this is very easy. I would always open up the Docker first, go to Windows, Dockers, and join curves. I've got mine set on 0.1. So what you have to do is select it all with your pick tool, then get the shape tool and select it all. Oh, you know what? It's a group. So let's select it, go to Object, Group, and ungroup all. Then select it with your pick tool. And then when you hit the shape tool, you get all the nodes. Then select all the nodes with the shape tool and hit apply. And what that did is brought all those corners together. Now, I don't know if you're intending on, that's a cool pattern. It's got something different in the middle. Just looking at it, it's pretty even. You put everything in the center. My suggestion would maybe be to not have them at 45-degree angles. So let's get the freehand tool. Let's open up the, not the freehand, the straight line point tool, and get the parallel drawing tool. Set it on, well, it's already set on 15. So I'm going to hold down the control button, and then I'm going to go right here to, and it drew 15. That's too much of a, you just so you can stretch it out. Now, it is still individual lines, so you need to go to Object, Group, and let's just rotate it 22 and a half. And then Control D and mirror it. See, you're not getting square patterns now. Now, to make this work, you've got to group it together. Let's actually make it a little bit bigger. You've got to hit P, and then you've got to hit P, and then that way it places it like right there and right there the same. Now, he did tell me he had to do this, so he goes to the intersect tool. And if you don't want those lines, well, good, it didn't have lines. Now it is 2 inches by 8, so I'm going to set my nudge factor on 2. Select it, and look at that. Now you could draw that pattern, but not really like that with those little diamonds. And then you could, let's see if it works on 8 when you do then down. So Control D, and then just nudge it twice. Let's see what the pattern looks like. Yep, it worked. Now you've got, it's the same thing as the other pattern. You're going to have more diamonds in the middle. Now that could be done with, but if you wanted to print this and you want to make it like that 10 points, they really don't need connecting. I think it looks pretty good, but if you would ungroup all, let's see if it makes any difference. I like that pattern because it's a little bit different. Select it all, then select it with the shape tool, and then close the nodes. Let's see if it did any different. No, it looks the same, but it's pretty cool pattern. And you could, you don't have to do, it doesn't have to be symmetrical. Let's back up here and, Yeah, we can back up right here. Let's take our, yeah, I didn't have to back up. Let's take our rectangle. Whenever you can't grab something that comes from the side, and just nudge it out of the way. Now let's take these and ungroup them. Don't ungroup all, ungroup. And let's turn this one, let's just start over. Let's turn this one 32 degrees. And then Control D, put it at 0. And so you'd have a different pattern already. Well, let's just rotate this a -16. Well, it's still going to give you diamonds. I guess it doesn't. I thought it was going to make the change of the look. So I guess you could rotate them by hand. See, and then you're going to get back really to squares. So I guess my idea really wasn't valid. Yeah, you're going to get kind of the same shape. Now, the only other thing, if you had different, let's try that. Let's use the parallel dimension tool again, or the turn on our, I don't draw many lines, but I like using this. And let's don't stretch it out as much. Now let's go ahead and group these together. Let's just see if this works. And then let's hit P to make sure that's in the center. Hit P. See, now we're going to get a total different, it's still a sort of a diamond. But to get this to work, you've got to group this together. And then let's put that in the center. Let's make it black so you can just kind of see it. And now let's select both items and go to intersect. And you get well, this will make a difference if it's symmetrical. So we've still got it 2 by 8. Our nudge factor is still set on 2. Let's see what happens when we do this. Nope. Well, it's still cool, but then you would have to take this and mirror it to get it to look, well, that's pretty cool. And then hit the plus key. That's a pretty cool pattern. It almost makes it look like the lines, the perpendicular lines are not parallel. Looks like they're it's an optical illusion. Control D. Let's just take this and just move it down. That's a pretty cool pattern. And if you wanted to get rid of the lines on the, you could just take them away if you wanted that pattern, or you could actually do it by building a box and trimming it. That's pretty cool. I don't know what will happen if we fill it in. Nope, it's not going to fill because it's not an object. Wonder what happens if we group it. Yeah, it's not an object, but you could have pre-filled these squares with some colors. Anyway, I hope that helped him a little bit. Thank you for watching.